So one of the things I didn't realize when I started writing my book was that I would get to a point where I needed to start querying agents. I'm not quite there yet, but I am learning about that process. And one of the big discussions that are happening in the writer community when you go to query an agent is about comp titles. What I have learned about comp titles so far is that they can't be too old, they can't be too vague, but they can't be too popular. And there's like a very specific window of what makes a good comp title. Right now for my books, as someone comes to park next to me, we're gonna pretend it's not awkward at all. Right now for my books, my comp titles are ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, because I literally took two of her main characters, imagined them having a child, and that child is my main character of my story. It's a completely different world, he's a completely different type of fae, but like the personalities of those two characters as parents is sort of what got us to where we are. And then the second one is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Those are my comp titles. Those are both a little bit older and a little too popular. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and put a bunch of books on hold at my library to try and figure out what else I can use that's more up to date for my comp titles for my own novel. So today we're going to be going through a very quick library haul and talking about the books, talking about why I think they might work. They're all just mostly fantasy. So I'm like, well, my book is also fantasy. Maybe if it has like dual POV, that can become a comp title because my book is also dual POV. My car is gonna overheat despite me being under a tree, so we might have to finish this at home. I think that might be a better idea. I'll see you there. Alright friends, I've made it home. I'm gonna make this quick because if you think I look red now, just wait until this video is over because I've turned the car off, there's no air conditioning. We are in the butt crack of Florida and it's about to get real hot in here. So let's go through. I picked up 4 books that I'm hoping can be comps for my own book, but if they're not, it's not like a big deal. I'm actually just really excited to be reading new fantasy books. I personally have a very loud bug in my yard. I personally have a really hard time keeping up to date with new books and reading them right when they get released, which is something I'm hoping to change. And some of these novels, it's even been like, they're authors I love, but I haven't read these books because in my mind I was like, well, I can't buy them, so I'm not going to read them until I can buy them. I forget, even though I do library hauls occasionally on this channel and just in life, I forget that I don't have to buy the book first. I can get it from the library and read it as whenever I want, and then I can go buy it later when I have money to do so. I forget that that can be a thing that happens, so I need to remember that. Hopefully, if you're in the same predicament, this video helps you. The first book I've been dying to read is Faebound by Sarah L. Arifi. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that name wrong. I've heard so many good things about this book. It's been all over the internets. Everyone is raving about it. When I did my used bookstore video, which I will put in a card somewhere so you can watch that, this is actually what I was looking for. I was hoping someone had already bought this and already resold it so I could get a copy. Instead, I got a library copy. So, it's getting real hot. Let's read this synopsis. 2 elven sisters become imprisoned in the intoxicating world of the Fae, where danger and love lie in wait. Faebound is the first book in an enchanting new trilogy from the Sunday Times best-selling author of The Final Strife. Okay, love a trilogy, love that there's Fae, love that there's danger and love, because my book also has those things, so we're off to a great start. Iran was born, and it's Y-E-E-R-A-N, so Yiran. Oh, there's a wasp on my car. If you come, it's, oh my god, it came in the car. Oh my god, the windows are going up. Oh. Okay, we're turning the car back on. Holy shit. Why am chaos incarnate today? Well, okay, hold on. Everyone just, nobody panic as much as I just did. Are we happy here? It literally flew, it was like this big giant ass wasp flew in, flew back out. Thank God, because you were about to see me leave you in here as I darted out of this car. Okay, golly. Iran, shoot, was born on the battlefield, has lived on the battlefield, and one day she knows she will die on the battlefield. This reminds me and my best friend have a joke. Also, if you're shaking, aren't you? Can I make you stop shaking? We're going inside. I don't know what to tell you. This is chaos. Okay, hello. Welcome to the inside. We've made it away from all the bugs and the heat and the shaking of the car. Now I just have to not touch the table you're sitting on, because then you'll keep shaking. I'm so sorry. This is chaotic energy as I continue to shake everything. I'm just full of that, unfortunately. I think I'm just too hot. I need to go lay down. Anyway, the story I was going to tell, with this just saying battlefield so many times, me and my best friend Hillary, we have a joke where we just insert the word dance floor to mean anything. Verb, noun, adjective, dance floor fits it all. What time is it? Dance floor. Where are we going tonight? Dance floor. When will we be there? Dance floor. How are we getting there? Dance floor. So that's just what it reminded me of. She was born on the battlefield. She lives on the battlefield. She'll die on the battlefield. Dance floor, okay? Anyway, as a warrior in the Elven army, Irene has known nothing but violence her whole life. Her sister Lettel, that's a cute name, is trying to make a living as a diviner, seeking prophecies of a better future. Ooh, my book also has visions. I haven't even mentioned that before. Okay, good to know. When a fatal mistake leads Irene's exile from the Elven lands, leads to her exile, both sisters are forced into the terrifying wilderness beyond their borders. There they encounter the impossible, the Fae court. Oh, fun. The Fae haven't been seen for a millennium, but now Irene and Lettel are thrust into their seductive world, torn amongst their loyalties to each other and their elven homeland and their hearts. This just sounds amazing. I have heard so many good things about it. Let me scoot over. I'm just so excited to finally read it and to hopefully make it a comp of my book, because there are a lot of similarities in terms of just like big themes, big ideas, fae, love, battles, visions, prophecies, exciting stuff. Up next, what else is, oh my gosh, okay. This is an author I love. I have 3 of her books already. I wish I had the full series for that one. I don't. But I tell her to everyone, if you're an A-teenie, if you also watch my channel and you like ATs, you would really like the series I have. But she has a new one that everyone is obsessed with. I would assume as they should be, because it's Danielle L. Jensen, A Fate Inked in Blood. It's got sprayed edges, which I was shocked when my library pulled out this book and it was like beautiful. I was like, really? We got a special edition for the library? That's pretty sick, I'm just gonna say. So very, very, very excited to read this one because I love this author and I just can't wait. So let's read about it together. Okay. A shield maiden blessed by the gods battles to unite a nation under a power-hungry king while fighting her growing desire for his fiery son. It's always the king's son, isn't it? In this Norse-inspired fantasy romance, bound in an unwanted marriage, Freya spends her days gutting fish, but dreams of becoming a warrior and putting an axe in her boorish husband's back. She's already married. Freya dreams abruptly become reality when her husband betrays her to the region's Jarl, landing her in a fight to the death against his son, Bjorn. But it's with a B, so maybe it's Bjorn. I don't know how to pronounce those types of names. I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just not good at fancy names. To survive, Freya is forced to reveal her deepest secret. She possesses a drop of a goddess's blood, which makes her a shield maiden with magic capable of repelling any attack. And it's been foretold that such magic will unite the fractured nation of Skaland beneath the one who controls the Shield Maiden's fate. Believing he's destined to rule Skaland as king, the fanatical Jarl binds Freya with a blood oath and orders Bjorn to protect her from their enemies. Desperate to prove her strength, Freya must train to fight and learn to control her magic, all while facing perilous tests set by the god. The greatest test of all, however, may be resisting her forbidden attraction to Bjorn. If Freya succumbs to her lust for the charming and fierce warrior, she risks not only her own destiny, but the fate of all the people she has sworn to protect. Well, the title is apt. The title makes a lot more sense now. Still really excited to read this. I don't necessarily know that it's going to have a ton of things relatable to my novel, but I don't even care. Here's a secret, I don't even care because I love this author and I'm just so excited to read a new book by her. So yay! The next two books I knew nothing about. I went on to fantasticalfiction.com, which is a site I used a lot when I was working as an assistant librarian. It has titles coming up, new titles every week it posts about. You can search by genre, you can search by author, you can search by series. Like, it's an amazing resource. And so I went straight to it to try and find new fantasy books that I could add to my list, and not all of them were available. Some of them are so popular that I'm still on hold for a couple. I was able to find that my library has copies, but they're either not out yet or I'm like number 50 on the list. So we'll just have to wait for those to come back. But the first one, I've heard a lot about this author, like briefly. It's Kim Harrison, Three Kinds of Lucky. This, based on what I saw online, and I'm going to double check before I start reading, is the first book in a new series by this author. This one is so intriguing to me. And it was just like such a sort of novel idea that I'm really excited to read it, and also it's just so pretty. So let's talk about it together. Let's see what it's about. So it says, luck is its own kind of magic. In this first book, there we go, in an electrifying new contemporary fantasy series from author of the #1 New York best-selling Hollows novels. Having a good brain day, clearly. Whew, let's take a breather. Petra Grady is known since adolescence that she has no talent for magic, and that's never going to change. But as a sweeper first class, she has parlayed her rare ability to handle dross, the damaging magical waste generated by her more talented kin's spells, into a decent life working at the Mages University. Oh my gosh, we're at school. Okay. Except Grady's relatively predictable existence is about to be upended when the oblivious, sexy, and oh so out of reach Benedict Storm needs someone with her abilities for a research project studying dross and how to render it harmless. She's stuck working on his team whether she wants to or not. Isn't that so like the male main characters to just snatch up the females and be like, you're gonna work for me now. Thank you so much. But Benedict doesn't understand the characteristics of dross like Grady does. After an unthinkable accident, she and Benedict are forced to go on the run to seek out the one person who might be able to help. An outcast exiled 10 years ago for the crime of using dross to cast spells. Now Grady must decide if she will stick with the magical status quo or embrace her own hidden talents and risk shattering the entire world. This sounds like so much fun. I don't very often read contemporary fantasy or like urban fantasy, but I have always enjoyed it when I have read it. Most of the time it's like angels and demons, that sort of thing, but like set in the real world, you know? So this just sounds so cool. It's almost a little bit giving like Cinder vibes when I read those books forever ago. I'm just really excited to jump into this, to discover a new author, and to see what it's all about. we're finally coming up to the last book in my bag, which is great, because I feel like I'm losing my voice, even though this is the only talking I've done all day. It's To Cage a God by Elizabeth May. Wow, I had to use everything I could find to get her whole name. Cover is so pretty. This one looks so good. Wow. I don't remember much besides that. So let's definitely dive into this. Also, her author photo, are we seeing that? She is stunning. Wow, okay, great. All right, so to cage a god is divine. To be divine is to rule. To rule is to destroy. Using ancient secrets, Galena and Sarah's, there we go, mother grafted gods into their bones. I remember reading that and being like, I'm sold. Bound to brutal deities and granted forbidden power no commoner has held in a millennia, the sisters have grown up to become living weapons, raised to overthrow an empire no matter the cost. With their mother gone and their country on the brink of war, it falls to the sisters to take the helm of the rebellion and end the cruel reign of the royal family. Oh my god. Sorry, hold on. With their mother gone and their country on the brink of war, it falls to the sisters to take the helm of the rebellion and end the cruel reign of a royal family possessed by destructive gods. I swear I can read. I swear, normally, I can read. That is a skill I possess. Okay, because when the ruling Illyria invade, they conquer with fire and blood, and when they clash, common folk burn. When Sarah reunites with her estranged lover turned violent rebel leader, Galena infiltrates the palace. Ooh. In this world of deception and danger, her only refuge is an isolated princess whose whip-smart, I love that word, whip-smart tongue and sharp gaze threaten to uncover Galena's secret. Torn between desire and duty, Galena must make a choice. Work together to expose the lies of the empire or bring it all down. This sounds like it's a sapphic romance, and I didn't know that beforehand, or I did and I forgot. That sounds so fun too. So these are the 4 books. Can I hold them all at once? Probably only for a moment. These are the 4 books I'm gonna be reading to trying to make, oh, let's do a picture. To trying to make comp titles for my own book. If you want more information on my own writing, you can always follow me on Twitter. I'm becoming very active over there. It's very fun. I've participated as of today in my first pitch event, Unhinged Pitch. It was a lot of fun. I basically said my main character came from a dream of if Cassian and Nesta from A Court of Silver Flames had a child, who would he be? How would he act? And then I wrote the entire novel around that character, and I said he's a mix between Loki and David Rose from Schitt's Creek, and then I added some GIFs, and I added a music playlist with a song called Bow to the Prince, and that was my unhinged pitch. And it's not getting much traction, but I'm having a good time. Also, my book is out with beta readers. It's been with beta readers for like 2 days, 3 days, 2 days. And that is so nerve-wracking and exciting, and they're already taking a lot of notes for me to give me a lot of feedback. So I just can't wait for you guys to meet my characters one day, and I'm excited to be able to not only do more research, but writing this book has really brought me back into my own love of reading and novels in general, which is a big reason I want to clean off all my bookshelves and do a huge, massive unhauling, because I've really discovered what I like to read and what I enjoy, and I just need to get rid of the things that I no longer want to have. So that is a project I want to work on. The only reason I haven't started it is because I'm still supposed to be on bed rest because of my complication from my surgery. So I'm literally gonna go to bed and pick a book right now to start reading. Maybe we'll do a reading vlog. I don't know that people like them very much, but I might do one because I'm really excited to read all of these books. So, with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel so you can get updates not only on what I'm reading and hauling from the library or unhauling from my own collection, but also updates on what I'm writing and working on. I think my next writing video will be all about like my outlining and drafting process, since I finally finished the entire book in draft 2. And yeah, just updates along the way. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day or night. Goodbye! I'm sorry this video was so chaotic. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just come home to film. But I wanted to be in a different space, and I can't really be out of bed, but I've cheated and I'm out of bed now, so I need to go lay down. So anyway, I'm sorry it was chaotic. To the very end. Bye!